Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to the Blue Belly Gaming channel. And today I want to talk about this beautiful game, Manor Lords, and some ideas that I have. You could call it a reaction or a feedback video. I actually have 10 things, so I'll try to keep it visually interesting while I talk about a few of my concerns. The first one is referencing trade. I don't even know if I have a trading post yet on the save. I think I do out here. But one thing I would love to be able to do is to click on the trading post, and instead of just seeing, the available trades, how cool would it be if we could see recent trades? So be able to see, okay, like clearly we need food, so are we trading our iron ore for food or whatever it is? To be able to see those recent trades would be great. Another thing, the bandits, I think that it's a little bit frustrating right now, the way things are, where the bandits will just take your stuff and you don't really have a recourse. So we should be able to respond to the bandits attacking the same way that we respond to, the larger bandit invasion. When they come to steal, 8 logs, I should be able to stop them. Right? That should be something, like a game like Dawn of Man or some other game, that there should be an action available for that. My next comment is actually already being addressed in the upcoming patch, and that is to slow the AI expansion. I mean, this save is only in the summer of year 3, and you can see the Baron already has 4 of these. My goose is already pretty much cooked, and my economy is barely going at all. And I haven't been dragging. It's just the way the game is unbalanced in this early access form. Number 4 would be that I think that the trade prices are too punishing. I know that was something that got changed right before the game open access came out, but a lot of these things, you can, like, if I have a good stone quarry, I can't sell them for 11. I can only sell them for 1. But to purchase stone, it's 11. And this inflated, price difference here just feels very, there we go. Resource stolen by bandits, almost on cue. It's just very punishing, and I would say unnecessarily punishing for somebody who's trying to, especially get going in the early game. Like, maybe if things scale with the time, or things scale with, like, let's say in the first 100 of an item you sell, it's 3x the price, and then it goes up from there. So that, if I have an unlimited resource of iron and I'm flooding the market with iron, it does make sense that I can't just get rich off of that. But also, if I have iron, I'm supposed to be using that as my trading currency. So I'm gonna be weak in other things. So we'll talk. We can talk more about these different options, but I wanted to bring that up. So the trade prices are too punishing. Number 5, if you have your oxen die, you can be just stuck completely. So I have a stable and a hitching post. I think on this one, I think over here is our hitching post, and we actually have this extra ox just chilling here, but now they're coming to get that one working also, and I think the other one might be assigned to the logging camp. But the point is, or maybe they're just using it, but I have 2 hitching posts so that if something happens to one, if it gets burned down by raiders, hopefully the other one will still be up. So there's 2 oxen in this one and 1 over here. But that, I think, is a big deal to either communicate. I mean, I know there's a pop-up that says don't let your logging camp disappear, or you won't have logs to build other buildings. But I don't think it's clearly communicated early on about the importance of the hitching post to have plenty of oxen and ability to get new oxen. Number 6, this might be a little bit controversial, but I would argue that the military, from my experience at least, is pretty ineffective. I have found that, and I know I've watched other people's playthroughs, and they seem to do okay with it. So let me explain what has been my experience. For one, the archers don't do enough damage, so you send out 30 archers and they just get absolutely melted. The pikemen and spearmen 1v1 against the brigands are not as good as you would think. Now, I did learn from the time that I did these early fights that fatigue matters more than I understood. Fighting on your home soil matters more than I understood. And terrain matters more than I understood. But none of that is really explained. And I don't know if there needs to be like a combat tutorial or something. I know I made some critical comments somewhere. And I mean this all because I love the game. I wouldn't bother if I thought it was no good. I'm saying all of this because I care about it and want to keep playing it. But somebody said, well, the fun of the games like this is playing it over and over, like fail and play again. But it really is a bummer when you take your first 40 settlers out into a fight against brigands, and even if you win and they kill 37 of your 40 people, like that completely changes the trajectory of a playthrough. And I don't know that it's immediately clear how essentially ineffective a lot of these soldier types are. All right, so we're on number 7. This actually has to do with this larger map, and that is to say that the food types, like the food variety that they want you to have, is limited by the map. And I know that that's by design because the dev wants us to expand and then get other food types. And I totally get that. I respect it. But it makes it so that your playthrough, like this particular map, let me show you here. If we look at the fertility, there's a little bit of emmer fertility, but there's hardly any barley fertility, and rye is a whole separate branch. So this playthrough for me is not one that's very conducive to farming, and because the AI is advancing so quickly, I'm going to get landlocked and not have a chance to farm at all. Whereas some people get a map that, I did a peaceful one. I have a peaceful save going, and I have amazing fertility right from the start. So not only are there no threats of dying because it's on peaceful mode, but I have the best food production, and it comes down to RNG. And for a game that is so strategic, the RNG of, if it's somewhere on your map that you have fertile soil and you have to lay out your town to get to that, I think that would be a really fun game mechanic. But to have an entire, quadrant of the map, whatever this is, it's not a quadrant, it's like a 9th of the map, an entire 1/8 of the map with no good fertility or very limited fertility up there, that just makes it very frustrating and almost unfulfilling for the food stuff. All right, the next one is a little bit more of a UI kind of comment, and that is that we have no recipe on the production build. So what do I mean by that? How many logs does it take to produce one firewood? It's not explained here. I don't know what the answer is. How many hides makes a leather? How many logs makes planks? How much iron ore plus firewood does it take to make an iron slab? None of that is explained in any of these buildings, and I think that should be there. Number 9. We have inconsistent names. So if you plant an emmer field, guess what it's going to give you? It's going to give you wheat. When you walk into the field, guess what it's going to say? It's going to say wheat field. Yet it's emmer here. Now, that doesn't seem to me like a translation issue so much as it is just an editing issue. It just needs to be consistent. I think it should be consistent. You guys might disagree with me, but this is my list, my video, and I think that the inconsistent names should be fixed. The other one, that there's emmer and wheat, and then there's also the bloomery and the smelting, like whatever you want to call it. Bloomery, smelter, blooming, smelting. Just be consistent. And all right, here we are, number 10. Actually, this is an example of exactly what I'm talking about. It's an icon, right? We get these icons that come up here. This one shows me that the storage generic, so it says generic storage is full. Generic storage is empty. But I can't clear this, right? Like, in the time it took for this to pop up, someone came and got whatever was in the storage here. But it doesn't go away, and I can't right-click it. I can't click it and say, like, clear. I can't control-click it to clear it. Nothing. And sometimes if you have, like, a catastrophic event, like your village gets burned, and you have 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 of these things up here, you can't do anything about it. So these icons bugging and then staying inaccurate, what you can do to fix it, if anybody who's still watching and is interested, what you can do to fix it is you can save your game, leave, and come back in, and it will redo the status, and it won't have them there if they're bugged, if they're broken. But right now, I just think we should have an option, whether it's a little X or click on it to clear it in some way. Even I think a right click would be fine, right? On click, right click, remove. It should be up to me whether I want to see this again. Now maybe it triggers again, you know. But this building, which one was it? Yeah, the saw pit. Storage is fine. So why are you telling me that? Don't tell me that.
Feast your eyes on
all right, so hopefully this comes across as, you know, my desire to be helpful, my desire to air my concerns for the game, the suggestions and ideas that I have for feedback, and it doesn't seem like whining. I know it's a little bit of whining. It's a little bit whining. But when you have been looking forward to a game for as long as I've been looking forward to this game, you really want it to be amazing right from the start. And that's the thing. It is. It is amazing right from the start. And I'm so excited to keep playing it. I just want to play it in a way that makes it feel fair and fun. I want it to be a little bit challenging, but I don't want it to be so challenging that the Baron rolls me before the end of year 2. Alright, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, if you like the content and you want to see more Manor Lords, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment that says you should edit better, or you smell funny, or your vocal sounds like a used car salesman. I don't really, whatever. Leave a comment. Or something a little more on brand. Let me know if you found any of these insights to be things that you've experienced in the game, and let me know how you are enjoying the game currently as well. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Bluebelly. This is Bluebelly Gaming Channel. Bye for now.